Are you ready to freaking rock and roll,
Who's
James?
your favorite on my shirt? Who's your favorite?
Oh, I like the fella in the sort of pale fella in the middle of
They're
the lineup.
all women, please. Thank you.
I like the pale woman in the middle of the lineup. You can cut that. Make it sound like I knew what I was talking about.
Yep.
The middle pale one.
The middle pale one's your favorite.
Sure.
That's the wrong answer.
pick one.
I don't know if you don't do like TikTok and stuff, so you wouldn't know this, but there was this like meme that went around for a little bit where it had some bites in a sandwich and then they labeled them A, B, C, and then they were asking people, what's the next bite? Everyone universally agreed on C to get, to put in a bit of work, get a work piece of the sandwich knocked out. And then that way you're setting yourself up for the last good bites. And then there were a couple of psychopaths that came in and said fucking A and B. That's you, dude. That's you on this. That's all I got to say.
All right. That's crazy. Welcome back to Survive the Fright, our annual podcast, celebrating our 15th anniversary of doing this show every single year. This week, we are talking about Scream 4 2011, directed by Wes Craven, written by Kevin Williamson, starring David Arquette, Neve Campbell, Courtney Cox, Lucy Hale, Anna Paquin, Kristen Bell, and others, James. But before we do that, get to segments and do the fun show, I assume you have another list of film titles to torture me by.
David, no games this week. And it's that same level of predictability. It's exactly what's gotten you killed in every other episode of this that we've done in the past 15 years. You know what? At this point, we're 4 movies deep. I'll ask you this question. Because let's get feisty at the beginning of the show, okay, to get it out of the way so we can move, we can settle into a good show. Have you survived a single fright that we've done so far?
No.
Damn.
So, but in my defense, I feel like last episode, I was attacked, I was cajoled, I was unfairly treated by the producers of this show. And I think what's happened is over the last 15 years,
could you imagine what
I've
would
just
happen
run out of ideas.
If Sidney Prescott started fucking yapping about this shit instead of just like getting in there, getting her hands dirty and single-handedly beating duos? She's 1v2ing every single time. Keep that in mind, okay?
I just want
and she's a pretty good
listener to note what James has just done there. He's asked me to explain something.
Yeah.
On a podcast where the primary mode of communication is talking, and then he's dragged me for providing an explanation.
Lengthy. A little bit yappy, a little bit deflection-y. Not a lot of accountability there. And I think, quite frankly, that's what's ended David, again, dead on the floor in the hallway in so many scenes where he hasn't been able to survive the fright.
Both on the show and IRL. Before we get into the summary and segments, I want to know, Scream 4, fourth Scream, what did you think?
High level, I'm enjoying the new era, the new YouTuber era of killers. We're not waiting for the movie to be made. We're making it ourselves. The lines of distribution are really blurred and everyone's got a camera in their pocket, And we're the filmmakers now. And we're the killers now.
The people. Yeah, the people are the filmmakers and the people are the killers. The most charitable thing I have to say about this film is that thank God it moves the world forward. Because I tell you what, last episode I was like, this is...
Scream 3 was a fucking doozy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Scream 3 is not canon for me.
That's fair.
I think we just take it out, I think at the time they wanted to make it this nice, neat little trilogy. They wanted to wrap it all up and wrap up the story. Didn't really like it. Didn't work for me. It was a lot of moving parts, so that really wasn't worth it. So Scream 3 for me, not canon. Take it out.
Not canon. Interesting. Yeah. So you're sort of taking the you're doing like the Terminator sequel approach where you just pretend that a bunch of them don't exist and you make another one.
Still haven't seen the first one. Started at 2.
Cool.
Why go back?
That's
I do want to actually. No, that's a crazy take. I do want to see. I mean, obviously the sequel is better. Having not even seen the first, I know the sequel is better.
Undeniably, yes.
That is an ice cold take. I think that's universally agreed upon.
No one's on the other side of that, James.
Yeah.
let me read the summary and then we can get into segments and we can talk about this film. 15 years after the first Woodsboro murders, 2 high school students are slain by Ghostface. We finally have a name for it. Meanwhile, Sid is in town promoting her book, Out of Darkness. Sheriff Dewey arrives only to discover the murderer has left evidence in Sid's rental car. Wikipedia incorrectly describes Sid as the prime suspect as a result of this, when in reality the police are following procedure by instructing Sid to stay in town, but no one actually thinks she did it, not really. Sid's cousin Jill is dealing with high school problem number 1, a cheating boyfriend Trevor who just won't leave her the frick alone. He's so annoying. Classic high school boyfriends. Jill, Olivia, and Kirby are interrogated by Dewey and his hot deputy, Judy. Gale butts her head into the case, determined to help.
I noticed that you added hot in front of Judy there.
Yeah, because the deputy is like flirting with Dewey and bacon and baked goods. She's like a threat to the marriage. Like,
sure.
It's the hot tea, sis. Do you know what I mean?
Right. I feel like, I just don't feel like anyone sort of in the film added that. I feel like that's a David addition. I just wanted it noted. That's it.
Okay, fine. And I was a criminal last time because I thought Dewey looked fit. Are you kidding me? Oh, fucking whatever. All right. Taking strays when I don't need to be. Sid stays at Jill's house, only for Olivia, Jill's neighbor, to be slain by Ghostface while they all watch on in horror. Sid ducks across the street and fights back, and Ghostface flees when the police arrive. Some other bullshit happens with Sid's publicist, and her publicist is indeed killed as a result. Gale recruits 2 high school nerds, Charlie and Robbie. Yuck. They're like into films and whatnot. Okay. Charlie inhabits the role of guy who gives us horror movie rules this time, and despite the curfew, the nerds throw a Stabbathon at the barn. Ghostface shows up and almost aces Gale, but only manages to stab her shoulder. The shoulder will be important later. Trust me, please remember the shoulder stab. Crucial detail in this plot. Elsewhere, Sid discovers Jill is not in the house, only for Ghostface to show up and kill Kate, Jill's mom. Oh no! The nerds head to Kirby's house. Trevor shows up out of nowhere, sus as anything. In short order, they are attacked by Ghostface, resulting in Kirby's death and the reveal of Charlie as one of the Ghostfaces. Or is it Ghostface Eye, James?
Can we Ghostface? Maybe we have our own one.
No, we're not doing that. That's fucking stupid. In short order, they attacked. I'm sorry?
As you were saying, yeah, they were attacked.
No, you cut out there for a second. I don't know, you sort of
just having a chit chat with the audience. That's all good.
Okay. In short order, they are attacked by Ghostface, resulting in Kirby's death and the reveal of Charlie as one of the Ghostface Eye. Robbie is killed next. Sid arrives and Jill reveals that she is the second Ghostface. Twist! And she has a plan, James. She has a plan. Don't you worry about that, my friend. She's going to kill Trevor and pin all of this on Trevor, but she's going to injure herself sufficiently, hoping to claim the fame and the spotlight afforded to Sid, effectively supplanting Sid as the hero of the story. Later at the hospital, Jill learns that Sid is still alive, and before she can ace Sid, Gale and Dewey arrive. And it's only when Jill reveals she knows how Gale was injured. How, James? In the
shoulder! Blue's Clues style.
Yeah,
nice.
In the shoulder, that Dewey connects the dots like a good detective, and some other bullshit happens, and eventually Sid defibrillates Jill in the head and then shoots her in the heart. Real dead. Don't you worry about that. She's dead. It's tragic, but everyone's safe for now. And it seems like Sid's previous life of being a victim is now over for good. She's taken charge once again. It's time for segments, James! General Admission is our first segment. General Admission is the segment of the show where we talk about how the film hit and whether we were shaking in our seats, James. Oh my goodness gracious me. Start us off. What you got for General Admission?
David, like all good Scream films, we begin at the start and we start by beginning.
Was that a haiku?
Sure was. The intro, Scream, every Scream, we get an intro, some better than others. I think we'll talk about it first and then we'll rank the intros for the Scream movies so far. Yeah.
I can't stress this enough.
Yeah.
Just for the listener who hasn't seen the film. So we open up on like teenagers and it's a typical Scream setup, and then they get killed, and then it cuts to title of a Scream film, and then we pan backwards as if it's other teenagers watching that film, and they play this gag like 4 times in a row. And I have to be honest with you, James, after the second one, I was like, oh, it's like, okay, this is the real one. They got me every time, right up until the end, where I was like, wait, is this still the gag? It's so good.
So we open with a call from the killer. Trudy hangs up. No time for that shit. Killer calls back. He's making his graphic threats, and I love that. I don't know, it's for you. Casually hands it off to her friend to deal with. Sherry opens the door. He's like, I'm not outside. I'm beside you. Boom, boom. Double kill
Boom, boom.
opener. And then we cut to the second intro with Sookie Stackhouse and Veronica Mars, two of my faves. They're commenting on how cliche the openers of these movies have become. Stabs Sookie. Boom, cut to intro number 3, where we're commenting on how ridiculous horror films become when the sequels just keep coming.
They keep doing it.
They keep doing
going.
it. And then we get the friend doing the fake call from upstairs. Marnie is faking her out. ABF.
Boom.
Always be faking out. Love that.
Mm-hmm.
Who twist is for real killed downstairs. We go check. Where's my friend? Body through the window. Scream style. We run upstairs because, of course, we do because it's Scream.
That's how I knew it was real, by the way. It was when she did the run upstairs. I was like, oh, that's a Scream thing, not a Stab thing.
Guys, the top just stopped spinning. We're in the real Screamiverse now. Yeah.
I'm not kidding you. That was like, I clicked in at that point. You know what I mean?
What is this weird wooden room from the attic into the garage? Where is this in a house?
Who built this and why?
It's almost like the top of like a theater, you know, like the catwalk of a theater comes out and then she goes through a door and then we go down this wooden staircase and then we're in the garage. I'm like, what is this fucking back rooms home that you've built?
And it's an empty garage as well. Like there's nothing in it.
Or
there's not
is
like
there?
A fridge, there's not like storage. Oh, but
now there's a body in it now, dude.
That's just good story. That's just good ergonomics.
We're stabbed in the back. We're crawling out of the garage. He closes the door on us. Final blow. Cut to Scream 4 title. Oh my God, we saw the real intro after an 11-minute intro.
It's so long.
To the film.
This intro sequence, I think I was talking out loud the whole time to myself.
Soothing yourself.
Like, at one point I tried to protect myself by waxing on the fact that I was like, oh, it's Amy Tiergarten. That's weird to see her outside of Friday Night Lights. And then I was like, rah! Like, it's just sort of a series of... It's a series of this 11-minute sequence getting me every single time.
I loved it. I thought it was so fun.
Especially given... In the world, we're given to believe that there haven't been any of these type of murders since the third film. But they kept making these sequels, and they get increasingly, because they're no longer based on real events, they get increasingly more and more stupid and like less and less grounded, right? And that's like a...
We're up to Stab 7.
We're up to Stab 7, and this is Scream
4. They're already Games of Thronesing us. They're already ahead of the books.
What's like the Scream prequel? Like, what's like the Scream House of the Dragon? Do you know what I mean? Is it like
Maureen Prescott story?
Definitely, dude. That's me too. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, big fan of that.
Well, that would be.
That's Sid's mother.
Yeah.
I'm locked in, dude. I'm locked in, dude.
Sorry, dude. I thought you remembered the names of the characters in the movies that we've been watching for 4 weeks straight.
I forgot which films we've watched, James. When I went to watch this film,
Maureen Prescott. So yeah, it would be Sid's mum. That would have to be the prequel story.
But what would you call it? Because it's like, what's before a Scream? A Gasp? House of the Gasp? I don't know.
Whisper in the Crimson Fog.
Oh, fuck. I got you on that one. I got you good.
It would need to be something Scream adjacent. Just briefly.
Like that's what I like. If
Whisper,
if you were going to go back. Yeah, right? Like it. But Scream is such a good title that I don't know where you go from here. Like, you can't be like, or maybe Screamed, because it's a prequel. It already happened. It's in the past tense.
Journey to Woodsboro. You know what I mean? Maybe just like we do a nod to it.
It's like a legacy prequel, but you don't know it is.
Yeah. You're like, Woodsboro, isn't that? Yeah, it is, dude. Yeah, it is.
That's the one. and then it's just. But I guess you know what
But
happens.
better than that.
because we
Better
get
than
it-
because that's shit. That's dog
But yeah,
shit.
but
Yeah.
in the edit, James, just cut in a better version right here, so we sound really good at our jobs, if that's possible.
I'll do that, but come up with it now.
Me,
Yeah. Just
and we're
the
focusing on
the next one you go with.
and it's Sydney's mother, right?
Yes.
It's the original killer.
Mhm.
And she goes to Hollywood. She
Really quick. How do you want to play this? Okay, this is very important. Do we come out of the gate, everyone knowing this is Maureen Prescott? This is the prequel to the Scream universe?
Absolutely not.
Or
No.
is
No.
the fact that she is Maureen Prescott revealed on the final day when she's killed in her home?
It's a sleeper prequel. It's like how Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is technically in the same universe as Kill Bill. But like, unless you're studying the thing, you're not going to figure that out. So I'm thinking we got to tie in Hollywood somehow. We got to tie in like tragedy somehow. So I'm thinking like, she might have a name that she's adopted to go into Hollywood, and it could be like, instead of behind the scenes, right? It could be like behind the Laura or something like that, and that's the name she adopts. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
And then it's about. You didn't seem to react to that in a particularly positive way.
Didn't love the title.
I was trying to vamp to think of a good one, and then what ended up happening is I didn't.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah,
Felt that.
that's sort of
Felt
how.
that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, could have lied. Could be like, my
Okay,
friend
but
David. That was really
the
good.
big reveal in this one is that at the very end we're like, oh my god, dude, that's Maureen Prescott. It's been the Scream prequel the whole time. And then because I feel like that's got good baked in, because then it's a bit of a sleeper when it comes out, but then TikTok picks that up. Everyone starts watching it because we've seen the Scream movies. Maybe we tie it in with Scream 7.
7
Releasing in the movies. See?
I'm not saying I'm saying the idea is good.
The Screamiverse is going to be ruined. You know it is.
Oh, they are going to do. Someone at some point is going to come in and be like, actually, this is the new canon. Scream 3, he was actually wrong about. Lee Schreiber was wrong.
In Scream 7, Maureen Prescott wakes up on the day that was going to be murdered, and everything that we've seen was a future that won't come to pass because she has to. It's a time travel movie.
Ooh.
Oh,
well, now that you're
they
saying
do
that,
these, dude. Paranormal Activity did one of these where they were like going into paintings in the walls or portals or whatever the fuck. But then it came back around that it was good because the Next of Kin one wasn't so bad.
Okay. The problem is what you've done is you pitched a genre film set in the Scream franchise, which I'm really interested in.
Okay.
If she did, and it was like. And she had somehow time traveled back just before the moment of her death.
Yeah.
But then had the knowledge of what happened.
Yes.
That's a film.
Yes, but I'm saying that's bad. This is going to ruin the Screamiverse.
Okay, but stick with me. I gotta get out of Woodsboro. I get in my car and I drive to like a small beachside town.
Yeah.
And it's like, you get your classic characters like you would have in a Jaws film. But instead of the villain being Jaws, it's the killer follows her there. It's a small town. There's not enough people for there to be a clear suspect because everyone's a suspect. And then it ends the same way Jaws does, where someone jams a fuel tank in Ghostface's mouth and they shoot him. Now you're back on board, aren't you? Aren't you, fella?
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Dude,
Thank you, brother.
That's going to be directed by like Eli Roth or something, because that's going to be batshit crazy. I'm pretty sure that's how Thanksgiving ends. They're fighting the killer and then a big gas tank explodes. I think he'd hate that because he's like, I've done this movie. I've done this movie already. I did this a year ago.
Oh my god. Yeah. I'm sweating.
I thought you were going, I genuinely thought you were going Stephen King, Salem's Lot on me there, where she then moves to a small town. The killer follows her, and now we have this sort of like Barlow figure of the town, Ghostface, who is now going around committing all these like murders. Don't know why. We can come up with some reason why.
It can still be that, but I like the idea of it being a beachside town because it's so tonally different than what Scream is able to, the range that Scream has been able to achieve so far.
True.
Like, I'm imagining it is in that town novel sense, but we reduce the number of people dramatically because Scream has this problem of just throwing a feckload of characters at you that you don't care about and then just killing them.
Well, because they picked up that bug in Scream 3 when we had all those fucking actors in that movie that they didn't give us any time with. There was no character development. We didn't care about them at all. We didn't spend any time with them except when they were like annoying and then killed. And Scream 4 sort of picks a little bit of that up and is sort of just like, I'm just going to kill a bunch of people because, hey, one of the rules is the kills have to be way more extreme. So we have to do that now.
To answer your question, I think my ranking of the openings is...
Oh, yeah.
So there's 3 fake ones, right? Sorry, there's 2 fake ones and 1 real one? Or there's 3 fake ones and...
I mean, rank the intros of each individual Scream movie up until now.
Oh!
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay, I'm going to look at my show doc so I can remember what the fuck the openings were.
Scream 1, we had Casey making popcorn in the kitchen. She gets the phone call,
rules.
Killed, hung up in the tree.
That's a firm... And this is the problem: is that one is so impactful that it's going to hold that first place initially. That's up there.
For me, that's number 1 as well.
Okay.
Number 2 is the couple killed in the cinema.
Yep. That's second now in this ranking.
3 would be the Cotton Weary gets the call, comes home, his girlfriend thinks it's him, it's the voice changer. He gets literally fucking launched across the room by someone slightly moving a bookcase up towards him.
That one's bad.
And then he gets stabbed dead.
So far, they're in order for me, ranking wise. Yeah.
And then 4, we have the opener, fake opener, into the stab friend in the guts, into the friends at the house, and then the chick being killed in the garage.
So I think it's 1, 4, 2, 3 for me.
That's exactly mine as well.
It's because it's undeniable, James.
I feel like that's an ice cold tag. You know what I mean?
Ice cold tag.
1, 4, 2, 3.
In the comments, let us know your Scream opening rankings. And
just do the numbers. Just out of context, just do the numbers.
Just do the numbers.
Yeah.
Don't explain what it is to new listeners and viewers. They don't need to know. You've been around for 15 years. We know you have. Leave it in the comments. Mm-hmm. The intrigue will attract new listeners, James.
Yeah.
Something that Survive the Fright has been famous for, I would say since the 6-year mark, is our sort of sense of mystery and enigma. So I just think let's continue and encourage
We're good at
that. So Sydney's back. She'd done written a book about Woodsboro.
Who have fully embraced the fame of the murders.
It's crazy.
We have come back to quite the Salem-style fanfare of Ghostface. The murderer that's plagued this town for over a decade is now...
He's the mascot.
We're a bit of a tourist trap.
Yeah. Come see. He's our town's mascot. You know, the guy that done all the murders?
Yeah. Right over from us, you've got the Kerrigan State there, the Beavers, because they got a couple of dams up there. And then us, we've got that murderer that killed a bunch of people for a bunch of years, and then it was other people, and then he killed somewhere else, and then he killed somewhere else, and now he's killing again.
But so some guy, I have a timely anecdote. I was talking to someone last night about the fact that I'm doing this show. We were out at the bar. And they were like, horror, da-da-da. She goes, oh, yeah, I turned down a job recently because the placement for the job was in the same town where the film Wolf's Creek occurs. And she was like...
Hell
she was
yeah.
Like, yeah, she was like, my husband was chill with it. But she's like, I had to turn it down because it's all I'd be thinking about all the fucking time. And I feel like Woodsboro would have to be the same.
100%. You're always on edge of a copycat. Someone trying to ride the coattails of the fame of the story. Yeah.
Right. But not like that town where the murders happen. They're not in fiction in Wolf's Creek. They're not like putting up, mascots and dummies and stuff of the killer.
Yeah.
That's insane to me.
Yeah.
That this town is, I think teenagers are like callous assholes, but like surely Dewey as the sheriff will be like, guys, this is not copacetic. Please stop doing this.
It's a little bit insensitive. I know that she is sort of, well, maybe it's not because Sydney is coming back to Woodsboro to do this sort of, press tour for presumably a new book that she's put out because she was just recently attacked. You know,
It's hard to. We don't really get a lot of detail about like what the subject matter of the novel is, but it seems like
it seems like
almost
each
like a personal
new attack, she gets new. So I think there's part of her where she's like, "Oh my god, where are you in the house? Oh, I can't wait to write about this. This is gonna be so good. I'm obviously gonna survive. I've survived like 4 of these so far, but like,
yeah.
I can't wait to write about this. The hardest thing I'm doing right now is trying to keep enough fucking mental log of everything that's happening."
Has she discovered the world's best cure to writer's block? Because there are days when I look at that, you know that scene with Gale where she's trying to start her novel.
Yes.
And you stare at that blank page and it taunts you and it eats your soul because you're like, well, this is what I do. This is like my one skill set. You stare at that blank page and you want to put your head through the fucking computer screen. And Sid's over here with the perfect solution. Try and get someone to kill you. Then you have subject matter material for your next book.
I think you are wishing into existence a creative It Follows. You want something constantly pursuing you.
I'm ready.
At any point, you don't know when it's coming or where it's going to attack you from, but you know that you've got this thing coming to get you. And that, you're like, oh, it kind of sucks, but oh, the books are good. You know?
Oh, James, actually, that already exists. It's called depression.
Yeah, but if it's externalized, it sort of feels more scary. It's more scary, yeah. It feels like it has stakes.
Better read.
Yeah, man with knife scarier than me with knife because it's like, am I gonna do it? You know,
James, that's so true.
Yeah,
that's so true. I think it's very funny to me that so her publicist, who's played by Alison Brie, which this film continues to blindside me with famous people I know. I'm like, the fuck.
Sam has made that comment every time I've watched one of these movies. When watching this one, she was like, how many people are in this? Because it was just like
wild.
Kristen Bell, like Veronica Mars, Suki Stackhouse. I'm sorry, Anna Paquin. Thank you.
Amy Teagarden, she's the blonde teenager that dies in real life after all the fake intros. She was at the height of her powers during Friday Night Lights. Like she was uber
was
famous
she from something?
At that point.
Okay.
Yeah, she's from Friday Night Lights, the greatest TV show about sports ever made. It's where Kyle Chandler became big. It's about a high school football team in Dallas, Texas. And if I talk about it more, you're going to shut your brain off.
So Gale and Dewey are waking up together, and we have our two lovers. Our two lovers settled down in Woodsboro. You know, we meet our main characters. We've got Jill, Kirby, Olivia, and we're talking about Trevor, who...
Tell me a fact. Can you tell me a fact about Jill, Olivia, and Kirby?
Well, Jill, spoilers, is the fucking murderer.
True. But she's kind of the, like, she's sort of the... Oh my god, what's the character from Twilight, James? Why the fuck am I forgetting this?
I don't know.
The protagonist. I don't think actress is Kristen Stewart. Bella. She's the Bella of the group. She's like kind of the more dour, kind of like she's like movie goth where it's like, oh, she sometimes wears a bit dark eye makeup and her clothes aren't pink and they're like, oh, she's like a little bit, you know. And then Kirby is like the kind of boisterous one and she's super into horror films. And then Olivia's the one that's gonna die first, so they don't really bother with her that much.
Well, Charlie says later that
parents.
Either Charlie or Robbie say later that she's like the hot girl of the school. That's who Olivia is.
Oh, she's the it girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we're all talking about Trevor, who is the not at all creepy now ex-boyfriend of Jill.
He's calling Jill's friends. Do you know what I mean? Like they both get a call from him the previous night. She's ducking him.
We're sus on boyfriends in Scream. You know, you have to be.
You have to be.
Very rarely do you get a Derek. It's very rare to get a Derek. Okay?
Derek is like a full eclipse. Happens once in a lifetime.
Because Derek is still better than Trevor. Trevor's still innocent, but Trevor, he had a much creepier air about him.
James, let me just clarify. He's not the killer, but this man is not innocent.
Facts. True.
Fucking bars, bro. Don't know if I can say that about myself, but I already have, so that's fine. Now, they're sort of riding to school together, and then they sort of learn in real time. No, they don't know there's been the kills yet, because that happens at school, but they get a call. Olivia gets a call from the killer, as does Jill, but Kirby doesn't. Kirby, we learn later, she and Charlie's the killer. So Jill and Olivia get a call from the killer in the car.
So why wouldn't he call her? Because he's like, that's
I don't know,
that's
man.
maybe my girlfriend later.
I don't know, man. Probably. Listen, I'm not.
Hey,
what am I? The writer
Kirby,
of Scream 4?
Hey, Kirby, don't go into school today. What?
Hey, babe.
Hey, don't go into school today, dude. Why?
Something might happen. I don't know, man. It's just, but she starts to wig out about it because she's like, well, does that mean I die next? Like, that's what she says when she's being interrogated. Like, she's starting to get into her head about the fact that she didn't get a call.
That's FOMO,
Weird,
dude.
because-
That's just FOMO because it's like,
FOMO.
what am I? TFTK. Too fugly to kill. Thanks.
Yeah. That would be pretty demoralizing, actually. To, like, for that to be the confirmation that
it'd be difficult, wouldn't it? Because you'd be like,
Yeah.
well, good, but also like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
What's wrong with me?
It's like, it's good news, but it's like, ouch, it stings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like when you wax something and you rip the thing off and you're like, well, that was good that I did it, but ow. She should have had the
Just
murder
like that.
equivalent of that. Yeah, just like that.
And then we meet Deputy trying to fuck. Hey, Deputy trying to fuck reporting for duty. Reporting for
duty.
Dewey. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a lot. She apparently went to school with Sid as well. We learn later that Sid is completely forgotten.
My God! Terrifying reveal.
So suspicious.
A terrifying reveal on that cop later. When she's like in the corner, barely lit out of the dark, and she's like, hey,
It's
Sid,
crazy.
we went to school together. And I'm like, oh my God, why are you
Dude,
doing this? It's so sinister.
Can I read you my exact dot point from when that happened? It
Yeah.
reads, wait, so the deputy went to school with Sid, and there's like 5 question marks. So then it's Judy has roots, and she's trying to bone down with Dewey, and then it's about 12 other question marks. And then just in all caps, sus alert.
Yeah, really sus. And she always like shows up really suspiciously after every
sus.
kill.
Which
Yeah.
is like, it's her job to be there, but like the timing is
she's
like.
doing it in the creepiest way. Like, why are you hiding in the darkness to have a
Do you
chit
think
chat
if-
with me?
Do you think if she wasn't trying to bone Dewey, she'd be more or less suspicious? I've not stopped thinking about this since I watched this film. Because my instinct is to
Less.
say
I'd say less.
less, right?
Yeah.
But then if she just happened to be showing up and had no apparent motive to be involved in all of this, would that not be more suspect?
Is her motive is she fucked off on Sydney because, you know, people have been calling her the angel of death. Everywhere she goes, death follows her.
True.
Is she fucked off on
Yeah.
that and she's putting Dewey in danger, who she has a thing for?
Yeah.
You know,
She's got a big
maybe
old crush on.
maybe that's the friction.
I see. Interesting choice of words, James. Let's keep this PG-13. Thank you very much. Let's just put friction back in the box. You can bleep that if you want to in the edit. Now, one thing that is abundantly clear in this kind of... So, is it Halloween again? I guess it is, right? These films take place... Because they got all the Ghostface up, or is it just a coinky dink?
The ghost faces are up because it's the anniversary of the Woodsboro
It's the anniversary of
murders.
the kill.
Yeah.
That's so much darker than I thought when I was watching this.
That's what I mean.
Jesus.
That's why I was saying they've
Holy
really
shit.
embraced the fame of these murders, and they're just leaning into it.
It's like the Independence Day of murders.
Right here is where Randy lived. in that see that garage door up there with the lopsided doggy door on it? It's like that because someone died in it. These little fucking drive around tours.
Oh. So Sid drives to the bookstore where she's going to have her media event.
Yeah.
And as she's doing so, she starts the event. It's all going well. And like, that's where we see this stuff that's up around the town as, you know, these, and then she drives there, starts the event, and midway through the event, Dewey and the police turn up. And Dewey, the most feckless idiot of all time, he's like, I love the way that they write him. They write him so dumb sometimes, where he, you know, he turns up and he goes, this is a police event. Someone's like, this is a book signing event. And he's like, well, this is a police event now. And I was like, Dewey, what are you
Who lets him talk? Guys.
Come on. It's wild. And then, yeah, like you said in the summary, they find paraphernalia in Sid's rental trunk. It's like blood. There's a knife. There's pictures of there's pictures of. I guess it's a picture of Sid's like author photo.
Yeah. Headshots. Yeah.
If someone did that to me, I would be concerned. Sid takes this very well. She's like, well, it's just Tuesday, dude.
Cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. She's thinking in her head.
You're right. Yeah. She's going, thank fuck, because that next book, I was really stuck.
Scream 8, we find out that she's been paying people this entire time to launch a novel writing career. And then, what's good about that one is someone discovers her secret, and now they're dressing up as Ghostface and coming after her. And now it's real for her. Yes.
So she doesn't reveal the truth.
Yeah.
And then Dewey learns it, and he's betrayed, but like at a spiritual level.
By Scream 10, Sidney kills Dewey and lies to Gale about it.
And then Scream 15, Gale time travels back in time to stop that murder.
Yep.
Sorry?
She time travels back in time to hell. Yeah.
Right, to go find Dewey to bring him back to the world of the living.
Yes.
And in doing so, finds Jill and learns that Jill was coerced by Sid.
Yeah.
And so she brings Jill back too, and together they all go after Sid, but Sid's powers are too great. And so she kills them all, only for Dewey and Gale's kid.
I am Ghostface now. Minute. And she hovers up, and the costume becomes real, and she just sort of like becomes this creature that is Ghostface now. Yeah.
Because in some ways she had always been the Ghostface.
Yeah. I hated the title for that one, by the way. Scream 15, The Dewey Depths. It's like, yeah, we get it. You have to go down to hell to find him. It's gross, dude.
The alliteration was too much, though.
It was too much to pass up.
I preferred the initial title that the original script had, which was Dewey's Destiny. For some reason, they were interested in the alliteration. I really get it, but I just think that gives away less about the plot of the film.
Dewey's Destiny feels so fucking like mystical, though. You know,
he's going to hell, brother. What's not mystical about hell? That's why they got the demons in that.
So true.
So fucking
true.
Check yourself, dude. Jesus, it's like this guy isn't paying attention.
And Dewey, being the fucking flawless cop that he is,
it's not the word I was going to use,
does a great job of making Kirby think that she definitely won't be fucking killed next. She's like, oh, it could be me. And he's like, no, well, could be you. Actually, yeah, that's pretty good. It is you, actually. You are
She
next.
says that, and he has this like little aside in real time to himself where he's like, oh, it's a really good point, actually. Yeah, could be. And then he remembers where he is, and he's like, oh, no, you'll be
yeah.
Oh, no,
yeah.
You'll be fine.
Oh, I said the upstairs part in the mouth. Oh, fuck.
As someone that frequently says the upstairs part out loud, I get it. I feel like our entire relationship is me saying upstairs parts out loud and you being like, what are you fucking talking about?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's a good filter. What do you think about this sort of like, not really a B plot, because it's really just sort of Gale's character developing. She's sort of trying to find herself again.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what I was going to say. So then, yeah, Gale, like, she's trying to get involved, and Dewey kind of rebuffs her because he's like, I'm a sheriff now. Like, I have responsibilities. Like, I can't get involved. And then Gale kind of gets in her feelings about Deputy Wannafuck. And they kind of have this, like, weird little exchange.
Dog, that chick, it's so blatant. Like, it's so blatant. Like, everyone sees it, and the only reason Dewey doesn't is because Dewey's a dipshit. Dewey's like, oh, she's just really nice.
Yeah.
No, dude.
Because he's the most feckless idiot. So here's my problem with this. I said at the start, the thing I enjoy about this film is that it moves the world along and we get to see people in different positions. Everyone else gets to do this except Gale, who has to regress to who she was. She doesn't get to grow and like, I want to write novels, I want to do this. And then she has to become like a fucking reporter again, basically. Get in the middle of this fucking murder.
I didn't see it like that. I saw it as it's been 10 years since she gave it all up to settle down in Woodsboro with Dewey, right? She gave it up for the one that she loves, because we had those conversations in the third one, which was 10 years earlier, about, she went to this city and then this and then she just never came back to Woodsboro because she, it was sort of stifling her. And I think that that's what this is. I think this is her. She's like being like, dude, I'm Gale fucking Weathers. I can't write shit about this. These new murders happened. I'm fucking solving them. I've solved all these other ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's her sort of refinding her roots. I thought that was fun.
Oh, I think maybe I think it missed me on that. Like, I think that is right. I think now that you say that, I think the way that this is pitching her is something I completely walked past it clearly is, like
she sort of met with these people that like are dealing with her as she is now and not who she was and how she sees herself. So she comes into, the sort of ensemble of the pulpit, all the people asking questions to Dewey. And she comes in as a reporter and asks a question. And he sort of like, like brushes her off to be like, hey, we'll talk about this later, Ball and Jane. You know what I mean?
He's like, later, babe.
Yeah. So I feel like Woodsboro's, it's been a little too slow paced, maybe a little too retirement-y feeling. And this is her, finding herself again.
And I quite like that when Sid's publicist like tries to have a conversation with her, and it's like, and like it becomes quite sensational. And Gale just is like, I'm Gale fucking Weathers. Like, fuck off. Like, you don't even know. I'm on a different level than you, dude. Like, you don't even know who the fuck you're talking to. And I was like, yeah, like that to me is Gale. Like, and she walks away and she kind of like, as she walks past the frame, she's like, I still got it. And I was like, yes, you do.
Yeah.
Get it, Gale. Like, it has that energy. I think the thing I was frustrated by is she gets all this intervention, and then she just kind of gets injured, and she doesn't, like, then she just gets taken off the board. I would have preferred maybe if she had been more of an active presence toward the climax of the film. And obviously she is in the hospital, but but then it becomes Dewey that figures it out. Like, I don't know, like,
she's also the first one to discover that they're filming it, although that doesn't really sort of, there's no real, they're not reaping any reward by knowing that.
Right, but she gets, it's the film club kids that suppose that to her as an idea that she then, I guess she does find it out, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. But like, I could see a different story where she's playing the role of detective and she sees that this kid is live streaming. And she's like, let me go do some investigation on the internet and see if the killer's also posting content about this. I would have liked for her to be able to do more, but I understand where they land. I think that was maybe why I took it less positively is there was enough there for me to be like, ooh, this is promising. And then it just kind of, she just gets taken off the board and then is there at the end. She's a fun character. She's bringing a lot of energy.
And Judy, who you think is super hot, is trying to, one, steal her husband. That's fucked that you're supporting that behavior. All right. And two, showing up very suspiciously. And three, that dark corner Sidney reveal coming out of Jill's room. It was terrifying. And then has this weird obsessive monologue asking her, do you remember me? I'm from school. We went to school together. It's like, okay, dude.
Dude, chill.
Chill out.
Fucking take a step back, dude.
But you're into her because you were describing her as hot earlier, that no one else did in the movie.
You can see how he works.
I'm just saying that he's been very precise in how he refers to the killer.
Ridiculous.
He calls it like the Reaper up until I guess this movie is the first one to give us a concrete name, Ghostface. So it's just interesting that specific sometimes, not others. So worth keeping in mind.
Now, it's fucking slander. So she has this really creepy monologue and then she leaves, and the next thing we get is the Jill and Kirby two-way phone call with Olivia and the killer, right?
Yes.
This is so creative.
It's
as a sequence.
And it's like, because this is technically like the first main kill of the movie, right? The other ones that we've had were, those were the intro kills.
They're the opening kills.
Yeah, exactly. This is like the first main one of the movie. And it's probably one of the more creative ones so far. And it was like genuinely pretty fucking scary.
I thought
it's
really confronting. Yeah. can you set it up? Like, can you describe how this plays out?
So the killer calls. We've got Jill and Kirby. They're hanging out, talking
They're
shit.
watching Shaun of the Dead.
Trevor sucks. You know, that sort of typical.
Trevor's a
chap.
fucking dog. He's a dog.
The killer.
Classic teenage girl stuff.
She calls Jill from Trevor's phone and tells Kirby, "Hey, I know what movie you're watching because I'm in the closet." And they're like, no, you're not. Right? And he's like, yeah, Shaun of the Dead. And they're like, oh, he might be in the closet. So we open it. No one in there. And he says, I never said I was in your closet. And then we look one house over, one window over to Olivia's room. He's in there. He comes out and stabs the living shit out of her. They're not lying
It's
when
crazy.
they say later that they have to like elevate the kills and be doing, more gruesome kills. These kills definitely get like way more. He splatters the entire. He hangs her out of the window at one point, parading her body.
Her
then
on the
like
window edge. Yeah.
And then her room is just covered in blood, and her guts are just sort of outside of her, next to her, on her bed. It was
the best part
like
about
crazy.
The best part about the sequence is, so Olivia, who gets killed, she's on the phone to Kirby, and Jill is on the phone to the killer.
Yes.
And so the killer's in Olivia's bedroom, but Jill is talking to the killer on the phone, and Kirby is talking to Olivia. And so it's this like, they're doing these little pantomime moments of like, well, what's Trevor saying? Like, and then it's like, and they sort of, and it builds the tension until they open the closet. And then
dude.
I was like, I think I was probably, I'm sure that it's in the footage of me watching this. I was fucking wigging out. I was like, no. And then you watch from their perspective in real time as Ghostface gets her. And then you cut back to their perspective and just, they're so close, but so far. Do you know, like, they're so close that they can watch the whole thing, but they can't help.
Scream does this so often. And I think it's this element more so than the other elements that it has that really made it like scar and linger on me as a kid seeing it, because even in the first kill in the first movie, her parents are coming up the driveway. Like, she is not so that close. Far from help, And then even when he's killing her, they're on the phone to her. Her parents are there at home, but she's being killed somewhere else. There's all of these moments. And I mean, obviously the opening of the second movie, there's so many of these moments where people are around and he just gets you in a place where you don't feel like you should be vulnerable.
Yeah. She's next door. There's police outside. Sid's in the other house.
People are so close, but so far they just can't help you. It's terrifying.
Awesome. Yeah.
I think this is like the most brutal kill that we've seen in the movie so far.
Yeah, the walls of the bedroom are painted in blood.
Yeah.
But it's both the most brutal and the most creative, I think, from a scene blocking perspective too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It ought to be interesting to know, like, because there are quite a lot of different, because there's two conversations happening at once. Well, technically three, because these two are talking, and then these two. Yeah, there's three conversations happening.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I'm wondering how that played out in the person's head as they were writing it. You know what I mean? It would have to be very, very specific in their head.
Very visualized. Like, you'd have to have a very clear visual of like, this is what I see. And you have to wonder how much of that comes out of the directorial process as well, and how much of that is just on the page, But then, Sid, this happens, and then Sid instantly runs across to the house with zero plan and no weapon. And she fucking knocks Ghostface's on his ass, man. She gets in there, and she fucking knocks him on his ass.
This ain't her first rodeo, dude.
And then fucking Trevor turns up, dude.
Yeah, Trevor shows up right after the killer runs off. Another very suspicious boyfriend. Why did you just get here? The second they left, dude. It's you, dude.
It's crazy.
It's fully you.
It's so him at this point for me.
We don't trust boyfriends, okay?
Yeah, this is good advice in general.
We can't trust them again after the Derek incident.
I'll never trust a boyfriend again. After Derek, not only after the Derek incident can I not trust a boyfriend again, I'm not sure if I can trust again. Because Derek was a real one. And they tricked us. And they cajoled us. Derek was, in fact, a real one.
they played our own suspicions against us, and I don't like that they did that so well.
And I think that's actually deeply
I don't like that they got to me so good.
Yeah. Guys, in the future...
We talk about art touching us and art sort of shaping us. What happens when a piece of art touches you in a way and shapes you in a way that you didn't expect to be molded? And you go, I don't like how that molded me.
It's a touch, but it's a bad touch. Do you know what I mean?
We don't talk about that, and this is one of them, because we're Team Derek.
This is one of them. So the theory at this point is it's maybe possibly Trevor. It's hard to say.
Mm-hmm.
Jill is...
I am immediately suspicious of fucking Jill.
Jill has that old...
Not Jill, Judy.
Judy, yeah.
Very creepy.
Jill, very creepy. But Jill also has the superfluous knife wound from... Is it the second one where that happens?
Yeah. No, first.
No, it's Derek's, like... No, what I'm thinking of is, you know how, like, Derek runs back into the frat house and he gets that, like, superficial knife wound that made us suspicious of Derek in the first place?
Yeah.
Jill has one of those from this incident.
Yes.
Remember, Because remember, Jill's pretending to think Sid did it. Yeah. And she gets a superfluous knife wound, and then they go together to get medical attention.
That's so smart, because it's like, don't just look at what the first one did and do the opposite, okay? Because we know that that's one of the rules this time around. We know that the unexpected is the new cliche. You flip it on its head, boring, dude. We've seen that before. Just doing it is actually the cool new way of doing it. So I think that tracks. I'm just suspicious of everyone.
It's hard not to be.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think the only person who isn't suspicious is Sid's publicist, who clearly just couldn't kill anybody. I feel like they put Alison Brie in this role, and she's so perfectly cast. It's just like a little uptight, you know, she's kind of making the most of all of this misery. You know, she's thrilled that these murders are happening. Like,
do you know what's funny? I was immediately suspicious of Charlie and Robbie.
Interesting.
But I was more suspicious of Robbie because he was the one doing the filming. You know, he felt more like the leader guy, you know, out of the two of them. And I
could
thought,
also talk to women and stuff. Like, he was able to talk to the girls. Like, he had a lot more charm to him.
Yes. And again, them saying, like, the unexpected is the new cliche. So we would think, we've already done, like, two people who were, like, into movies doing kills. Yeah. Now we do one where it's not someone into the movies, but we flip it back on its head. It is a movie person doing the kill. Because we're kind of suspicious of Randy in the first one.
Yes, but it's not the person who's most into horror films, which is Kirby. She's a big old horror movie junkie.
I was suspicious of Kirby too. I was suspicious of...
Really?
I was suspicious of more people in this movie than I think I have been in other movies. There was like 4 people. I had a whole rolling roster of people that I was suspicious of.
Can I tell you the only person I wasn't suspicious of?
Yeah.
Was Jill, to be honest with you.
Oh, shit, dude.
This film got me good,
shit.
dude. Yeah.
Damn.
I think what it was is... Okay, so we're just talking about the publicist, and I think that's a good segue to, like, kind of move us toward the big showdown, because I'm just conscious of time here. So, Sid fires her publicist, and Alison Brie is walking back through the parking lot.
Yeah.
And she gets killed by the killer. The killer calls her. It's a whole thing. And then, while the conference that you were talking about before with Dewey, where Gale's like, you know, what about blah, blah, blah? And he's like, tell me later. As this is happening, Dewey is like, it's safe. Where it's under control. The investigation's ongoing. The police have it under control. As he's explaining all of this, the publicist's body is thrown on top of a news van from the parking lot. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, what the like, it's such a great moment of like, oh shit. Like, it's a really good schlocky horror moment to me. In a way that, like, I guess we haven't, like, these films are schlocky, but they don't do stunts like this. And this felt like a really good stunt to me. In the same way that the stunt of in number 2 when Randy gets killed in broad daylight, like, that felt like an equally cool stunt to me. This has that same energy.
And I feel like those are, well, he calls it that in this. It's like a message kill. That's the one you want the least.
Yes.
Because if you're part of, like, the narrative or whatever, we've seen the killer live update the story. So there's always a chance you get written out. You know, there's other things that can come up to protect you. If you're just there to send a message to everyone else to be spooked, because you know he's going to make it fucked up. He's going to really make sure he does it. Like, this one's important. Don't know why she didn't just sit in her car and try and call for help, but that's fine. Well, it's not fine. She did die in the end, so...
Yeah, it wasn't fine. Now, the thing that I like about this is the reason I think that Jill kills her is that she got fired, which is going to greatly reduce... So, her plan was to exploit this and make Sid even more famous.
Of course, yeah.
And so Jill is like, well, that's
I could be her
the famous one. Yeah, and so she kills the publicist because she's like, well, no, that's my responsibility. You're not going to...
Because she could go tell her story, you know, what it's like to work for Sidney Prescott. You don't want the person that you're trying to move into the position of to become public enemy number one.
Yeah, exactly. And I think there's a lot of this film that once I knew the truth about Jill, it has that great murder mystery aspect of like so many details click into place effortlessly. Because the details aren't... I don't know. I wrote about this in my Sherlock book, but I think one of the biggest issues...
outside of like what could be possible?
Yes, and it doesn't require... This thing I ended up writing about, or I ended up sort of referencing, was this big criticism early on of detective or like murder mystery fiction, which is it requires you to absorb so many specific details and be like, oh, well, on page 43, of course I remember that the hat that man was wearing was brown, and that will become relevant later. Like, that was a big criticism of detective fiction as it matriculated from the beginning of detective fiction, and then into things like Poe and the Gothic era, right? I think what this film does brilliantly is it's able to reveal these things, and it's not specific detail that helps then click it all back together, and you go, of course, how could I not have seen it? It makes you go, oh, they like kind of covered their tracks pretty well. And they're big details that tie it all together, right? It's big swings that tie it all together. It's not, you know, this person was wearing these shoes and we should have seen that it was Jill's shoes the whole time. Like, it's sort of a...
Right, yeah.
It's very mechanistically broad, but yet...
We get the scene where someone drops the cup of coffee and it shatters on the ground, and we get the echoes of playbacks of, "What shoes you? I'm a size 9. And then we see like a visual on the board that's like, "Killer wears shoes size 9. Killer loves going into the bush. I'm going for a hike this weekend." And you know, those sorts of... And then you start to go, oh, it's them.
We did get that in... Was it 3 where Gale puts together the names on the board to figure out that it's about Sid?
That's 2. Yeah.
That's 2. Yeah,
She comes in, so, like, she's like, looks at it for 2 seconds. She's like, all of these names have names of people that were killed in the first killing. Yes. I've solved it. Who the fuck is that? It's Billy Loomis's mum. The mum of the killer that you made your entire career out of.
Obviously.
Oh, I probably should have recognized her. Didn't. Anyway.
Sorry, Gale, that's the woman you wrote an entire book about? Cool. Just checking.
This time around, Gale's propositioning Charlie and Rodney, the film club nerds, losers, to team up into solving the case, and we learn about their live video blog upload. He's webcasting right now. Covered just all of the word. They should have added the word podcast in there as well, probably a bit too early. He's webcasting and downloading and uploading. Just cover all of the tech terminology so everyone goes, yes, that makes sense. Yes.
It's a cool piece of kit for 2011 though, isn't it? Little headset he's got with a little camera.
I'm subscribed to this guy's YouTube channel. Oh, cool. What does he do? Oh, he goes live for about like 3 minutes, sometimes 30 seconds. And then all of those lives, they get saved into clips and then they just go up as videos. And we sort of just get to see little snapshots of his day. What's that called? It's Hall Pass.
You're joking, but that's just short form content.
I think it's the workflow that's the most upsetting part to me.
Because the workflow is he has a little headset that he puts on, he presses record.
Yeah.
But it's not like, oh, I've planned something. It's something's happening in the middle of that something. Let me press record.
Yes. And it gets, but they said it's a live video blog upload. He's webcasting right now. So I'm imagining all of them are live streams. Every single one of them are live streams. And then every clip becomes just a VOD.
Yes. But they're VODs of like a minute.
This is chaos. My subscription feed is chaos if I'm subscribed to this person. I need a separate account or I need to unsubscribe and I'll be like, I'll check in every day.
Right. I'm going to see what he's posted. You know what I mean? Well, this was before the concept of like, this was before, I mean, like Facebook and Twitter existed, but like this is before platforms removed the idea of the web where it's like, you wouldn't even be going to like a subscription, like place where all this is hosted. You would just go to his blog to view these VODs. Like you have to deliberately go there. So this is like before that could even be a problem.
Right.
You couldn't subscribe, James. There was no such thing. I was a nerd at school. I was not like a film nerd, but I was already making content by then. Like by the time I was in like grade 11, 12. Do you have like an AV department at your school, or is this just indelibly a 90s thing that this film forgets doesn't exist anymore?
I think it's an American thing because I think we didn't have like an AV class. There might have been like AV rooms, and they'd be like, "Hey, you two go to the locker thing and go get number 49," and it's like a fucking CRT TV on top of like a trolley.
Interesting.
Yeah,
because we didn't have that.
No, I think it's an American thing.
Like I went to nerd school, and if it was going to be anywhere, it would have been there, but it just wasn't. We had like science club and shit that I was like, miss me on that one.
Because a lot of them have those like film clubs, and they do like a live production, like a that school's news show in the morning, and they live broadcast it to the school.
Insane to me. That must be an American thing.
That's an American thing, yeah.
I think my first proper exposure to that was probably Freaks and Geeks, maybe. It feels like a very 90s American thing as well. I don't know.
I
Just
think
an interesting
kept it.
artifact. Yeah. They shouldn't. I don't know. Closed circuit TV? Not my thing. Now...
I'm all about the web, baby!
Yeah, give me the web. Fuck off with the internet. Fuck off with apps. Give me the web back. I want a forum where I want a listserv. Okay, that's what I want to go back to. Anyway.
I want my cool anime forum signatures back. I want my avatar being a GIF.
I have so many wants and needs, James, that the universe cannot satisfy. Now, something I do quite like about this, after the publicist dies, Sid's back at the house. Jill is there. Kate is also there, I think. Maybe Kate's already died. I don't think so. I can't remember.
No, Kate's there.
No, okay, Kate's about to die. And Jill kind of comes up to Sid, and they have this, what at first seems like a heart-to-heart conversation. And this is where I think that Neve Campbell really, like, proves that there's a reason why she's the main character of this franchise, where Jill is like, how do you, like, deal with this? Like, this... You just, like, it's so myopic. Like, it feels like just everything is collapsing around me. Like, how do you deal with all of this? And Sid just kind of goes, she says a little bit, and the line that stuck out to me, she says, "I try not to think about me." And I think for a character like Sid, Neve Campbell's delivery here, it sells me on a character who is in a different place in her life than she was in the previous stories, where the previous story specifically, it starts with her spending the entire time, like her entire life is like, well, it's about me. I need to protect me. I need to be off the grid. Like, it's all about me. And like, blah, blah. And I feel like she's now in a place where she's like, I think she genuinely means that.
Well, she was headed there in 3. She was already off grid. She was sort of removed from it and stuff. It was really her half brother coming back into her life that sort of like forced it on her. But she was sort of starting to be like, I don't need all this shit anyway. So yeah, now we're like 10 years on. It makes sense that her as a character, she's just like, fuck this shit, dude. Doesn't define you. I'm into other stuff now.
Yeah, I'm on my next shit, dude. And I like that Neve Campbell sells it so well.
Yeah,
it's really. I like any film where they can sell like an emotional conversation that has weight and gravity. It doesn't feel cheesy, and it didn't feel cheesy to me. It felt very authentic.
Yeah,
ironic given Jill and her whole deal.
It was essentially just being like, hey, when I like pull this whole thing off, I'm probably
need to sound like you.
I'm gonna feel a bit weird because I have to kill my mom, and it's a whole big thing. And I've got to kill my ex-boyfriend and like the guy that I'm doing it with.
Kills.
I have to kill everyone, and then I have to
gotta kill you.
And then it's going to be very emotionally taxing on me because I'm going to have to sort of fake that it's actually emotionally impacting me, and that's going to be difficult.
Challenging.
Difficult to sell it. So, how did you deal with sort of like post-murder sort of come down? What sort of strategies did you, because this is a very niche thing that I'm about to experience. How did you sort of deal with that?
It's interesting you took it that way. I took it the other way, which is I'm going to have to convincingly sound like I have a bunch of remorse and this really impacted me emotionally if I'm the center of the story.
Okay.
So I think she's trying to get a script from Sid on like what the kinds of things she should be saying after all this is over. That's how I took it.
And if you think about it, that's still kind of my thing. Because she's still sort of like stealing from, let me get the playbook on how would someone who actually had this happen to them, how would they play this out,
But James, this is what I'm fucking talking. Okay, this is the thing about stories that I fucking love is they sell this scene so well that you can come back to this and read it multiple different ways, and it's multi-purpose storytelling where this scene doesn't have one specific agenda. You can come to the scene and you can go, okay, the waiting of Sid trying to make Jill feel less alone. You can say, oh, actually, that's the dominant thing that is happening in this scene. And then someone else can come back to it later, or with the knowledge, you recontextualize it. You say, actually, no, the dominant thing that's happening in this scene is Jill trying to get the script out of Sid, what she should say. And then you can have someone else like you that comes in and goes, no, actually, the dominant thing is this other thing where it's Jill trying to prepare herself and get some tools for coming in on the other side of this. And this, for me, like, for a series of, like, schlocky horror films, that's how they're sort of thought about in the mainstream. This is just really good writing, directing, and acting coming together in a moment. Obviously, cinematography and editing, all these other components. This for me is like this is the stuff that I live for in stories where it hits and you go, oh, of course it's this. And then you start to talk about it and engage with it with someone else. And they're like, oh, like, no, I thought it was this other thing. And that to me is where Neve Campbell brings the gravity and the energy to the scene. And then the rest of the apparatus sells it along with Jill's acting. And this to me is like, this is shit I geek out on. Like, I love shit like this. It's a great scene to me.
And we buy it. I mean, I don't suspect Jill ever. This is
for a second,
entire movie. You know what I mean?
It's like, it's not even an option that you consider.
Exactly. Because does it follow the new rules that are outlined by Charlie and Robbie? We're at our horror, it's like a film club. And we're getting the new rules for modern horror. They also had a moment there where they were commenting about how studios only greenlight remakes and sequels now. And that's why there's no like original horror. And they also mention Killer needs to up their game, record the kills, post them at the end so their art lives forever, which I'm assuming that's Charlie's angle for this thing. He's probably the one running around filming and stuff. Which makes even more sense later why she has to kill him. It's like, dude, what a liability. What the fuck are you doing? My God, you're going to run around and film the kills that we did? What other footage do you have?
No, I think Jill wanted that because it makes it more famous. That makes her more famous when she's the hero.
Oh, true. See, yeah, that works as well. And then, of course,
I thought that was her idea.
Get the film nerd as well to help you do that. Realize your new fame.
Yeah.
So we get the new rules. Number 1, the unexpected is the new cliche.
That one missed me on that one. That makes no sense to me, but yep.
So
the expected is
in vogue. We're expecting a jump scare. It's a loot and bus. It's just like, meow, it's a cat jumped out. It was nothing. Boom, we get killed. That's the original unexpected. And then I guess it's expected because it's a jump scare in a horror movie. So now I think we have to go back to doing it the first way where you have to just commit to whichever one you're doing.
Right.
Or I'm building to, is someone going to be killed here? It's either a hard yes or it's a hard no. Whichever one you're flipping.
Right. Yeah, okay. Sure.
You bought that one.
Why not?
Okay, yeah, perfect.
Yeah, cool. That one sold me on that one, I guess.
So just what you're not expecting, it's cliche, dude. So we're doing it straight down the barrel. We're giving it to you straight. That's how I interpret
Unless we're
it.
not.
Unless we're not, and then we're super not.
Right, because
You're
that's
you're gonna have to defend the art, okay? There are gonna be moments where you're gonna be questioned about this piece of art, and you are gonna have to defend it. Yes, because someone's gonna be like, "Oh, did the red paintings mean?" Yes, they did. I thought I made that blatantly obvious. And then, oh, in this one, when you did the black cat reveal, I get, no, I wasn't referencing that. What? You know, you have to be very
okay,
matter of fact about your decisions.
Definitely. Yeah, for sure. No, I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
For sure, you've sold me. Yeah, big time.
But then you wouldn't be able to do that because you don't want to claim that you were the one making it. Anyway, the opening sequence, it's got to blow the doors off. And we blew them off 3 times, dude.
And also that has a fake out where you think that the garage door is going to dissect Amy Tiergarten, and then it doesn't, and then he stabs her.
Affect me out. I didn't expect it. Unexpected. Cliche. Boom. Back to doing it again.
But then they just did the thing.
Exactly.
Oh, now I kind of get it. Okay. Now James.
He's got it. Okay.
Now I got it.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down, brother.
The kills, they've got to be way more extreme. I thought Ghostface in general was more extreme in this one. He was more graphic in how he was talking to people on the phone. He was talking about cutting off half of your eyelids so you have to watch something. It's a
lot.
Yeah. And then he was fucking, spraying the whole room. That would have taken some time.
Can I tell you a fun cinema fact about why it's more graphic a lot of the time with the kills?
Yes.
So in the previous films, the knives were retractable. So I'm gesturing if you're listening. So you would have the knife blade, and then as you made contact, the knife blade would retract into the handle.
Yes.
In this film, all of the knife blades that make impact are CG. There's no knife blade. And so they're able to do things like that forehead kill where the knife goes in.
Oh.
And so it was one of the first uses of CG in the franchise to see if that was viable. And there's a whole bunch of bullshit drama behind the scenes where the original producers, they went behind their back to make the film without them, and they were like, well, our contract says that if you make more Scream, you have to make it with us. It was a whole drama. Ended up with a lawsuit. The Scream franchise IP holders settled with the original producers. It's a whole thing. But the key thing there is that one of the dictums of the original production team is that all of the effects will be practical. And this is the first film because they're not involved, because they were cut out to involve CG.
That makes sense, because even this opening kill with Olivia, we're watching someone essentially be stabbed. There's no cutaway at the last second because we can't show too much of the practical effect, because you'll be able to see the strings. But we just fully see a person being stabbed in these ones. And I feel like it adds a level of realism to it that's quite fucking full on.
It's a lot. But then I think it also, I think that realism makes the kills more impactful, but I think it also has this weird side effect of but these films are artificial. They're films about horror films. Like, the tricks of cutting away to hide the impact in a horror film are part of the shtick these films are doing.
Well, I would say more horror is going to gravitate away from the cutaway, and it's going to probably just, because I mean, a lot of these other movies, we're seeing Deadpool and stuff. That's an R-rated movie, and it's still breaking box office. So I think there's less stigma around an R rating now, maybe, to studios and things like that. So they're like, yeah, fuck it, do the more gory stuff, and then we'll be able to post a video on the internet where a bunch of people are fucking being like, me before seeing Terrifier 3, and then them coming out and being like, me after. And it's like, yeah, because it's gore porn and it sucks. So not that. You want to steer away from that, and then you want to end up in a happy medium where you just sort of, I guess, making it more real by keeping it on it.
Yes.
It is more confronting. All of these kills were more confronting than any other kill in any of the other movies, I think.
Yes.
Except
100%,
for
100%.
the first kill in the very first movie where Casey's killed. That kill's pretty fucked up. Like, he disembowels her and shit. And we see that.
The first kill in the first Scream film and the first stab kill, both pretty fucked up.
Oh, yeah. And then he, hangs her up and stuff, to display her with all of her intestines out. It's
a lot.
That is a crazy first kill. Quite frankly, I don't think they topped that really until they got to this movie.
I think that's probably right.
I'd say I'd
Yeah.
put the first kill in the first movie as number 1, and then number 2 I would do Olivia in number 4.
I think that's right. Yeah. I agree with that. Yeah.
Ice cold takes, guys.
Yeah. It's the novelty of it. Anyway, this is not. No one is on the other side of this.
So the kills have to be more extreme, and we also need modern
Yeah.
audiences. They get savvy to the rules of the originals, so the reverse
Yes.
becomes the new standard. That's what we're doing. And the only surefire way to survive is to be gay. That is part of the rules.
Is that a thing in horror that I'm unaware of?
I'm not sure. To be honest.
Yeah, neither. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I mean, obviously, I can't tell you because I don't know anything about horror, but like, it just struck me as oddly like.
I've heard. I don't know. I am very high and half remembering, so this might be wrong. But the second Nightmare on Elm Street movie is very like homoerotic, and or that's a lot of people say, it's has a lot of gay undertones and stuff like that, and a lot of people say it is a gay horror film. It's great too. Go check it out. I love the second Nightmare on Elm Street.
Well, I can't in case we watch. Oh, you're talking to the audience.
Dude,
sorry.
yeah. You're missing
Sorry,
out.
that's
Like the face and the skin and like anyway.
Why can't in case we cover it? So I have to like I could never watch horror outside of this annual tradition. You realize that now, right?
Anyway, the thing that I'm half remembering is I think I remember hearing on a podcast recently that someone at a convention or panel or something asked the writer of it or the director, I'm not sure who it was, if they intended for it to be, asked them about all of the gay content in it, I guess. And he was like, no, yeah, it was just a movie about a guy. Like, he didn't intend for all of that to be in it. And people regard it as a gay horror film, but it was sort of, to him, it wasn't. So, yeah.
Yeah, we can get into like a whole different, that's like a different podcast. It's like 10 hours long about like death of the author and authorial intent and like reader response theory and things like that. I think where I land is like, there is a big motivation currently in a lot of genre fiction to queer certain texts that feel like they have a lot of the constituent elements, even if the authors and the creators of that text were unaware that that's the elements they were using from queer culture, because they were unaware that those elements are indelible to queer culture, right? And so I think it's this thing of like, to your point before of, the example I always love is like, in high school English class when, you're reading a book and the teacher says, okay, like, well, why were the curtains purple? Like, what does that do for us? And a bunch of people pitch a bunch of ideas, and then some kids like, well, maybe just like they're purple and it doesn't mean anything. It's like, okay, like fucking like meet a story where it is. Like, is it cultural to that author? Is it does purple mean something culturally outside of that author? Is there like a reason, like a paratext context? Is it based on a real world place? Like, I think there's a lazy approach to this kind of conversation, which is, well, if they didn't mean it, it's not real. Like, just because you didn't write a film that ended up being like a film for, as for, queer icons or whatever, doesn't mean you didn't make a film that has a lot of queer stuff in it that can be iconic for queer people, right? And so I think where I land with this stuff is, I guess I was just wondering, like, is that a trope in horror at the time? But it sounds like maybe it was just one of the, like, we had to say something because Robbie is gay and he dies later. Like, it feels more like a film setup thing than an actual commentary on horror to me.
Yeah,
Like
I'm not sure. Maybe.
Let us know if this is your area of study, like, or this is just you're aware of the history. Yeah, it'd be great. I don't know what this note means, James, but my next note from the rules just says Gale oh, I know what it is. It says Gale shows up in a Ghostface mask because she goes to the barn where they're doing Stabbathon and she infiltrates wearing the mask, right?
Dude, can I just say that Stabbathon seems so fucking fun.
It seems.
Oh my God.
My note says I would 1,000% attend Stabbathon. This seems like the best fucking night of the year.
Dude.
Beers, drinking games, watching a marathon of horror films.
Yes.
Let's fucking go, dude.
It's so fun. That
It's
would
so fun.
absolutely, I'd probably be killed at a Stabbathon because it seems so irresponsible to do. They're like, hey, we go to this secluded place and we do this thing where we watch the movies. And it's like, oh, okay, that's a killer's like haven, you know, giving him up a little.
We'd both
serve them up on a little silver platter.
We get too drunk and we'd be too into the film that we wouldn't notice the killer coming up on us. You know what I mean?
No one does.
They get us both at once.
Gale is literally behind them, dealing with the killer trying to kill her. Everyone in the barn's not noticing. No one sees shit.
No. There's some bullshit with some like live stream cameras and stuff. The bit that I like about the sequence, I'm going to try to move us along because I'm just conscious of time here. The killer uses the sound effects of stab 1 to cover up what they're doing. So they time their actions to stab 1 to avoid suspicion. It's fucking awesome. So like, as the window breaks in stab 1, they break the window in the barn so no one hears it. And as they attack Gale, it's when the killer attacks the victim in stab 1 at the start. It's fucking awesome.
They've got it right down to the time code. See, you can't be predictable in these movies. You know,
it's true.
You're running something that I know 5 seconds into this movie, I gotta smash this window. I'm in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've studied these. Well, I guess Charlie has, right? Like Charlie knows this shit like the back of his hand. Like these kids are chanting they're saying the lines in real time with the film.
That's
like
a little bit annoying. That's a little bit annoying. We don't need to say like every line in the movie. You know what I mean? We can do like iconic, get away from her, you bitch, like those types of moments, but.
For sure. But then at a certain point, how drunk do you get where you start joining? You know what I mean? I feel like we could get to that
that's the barometer. Yeah, you just like, hey, once you join the group chant, we know you're deep.
When I watch sports at bars, that's how I know that I'm drunk, is when I start hooting and hollering along with everybody else. You know what I mean?
What do you think of the whole webcam, Gale setting up the cameras, Dewey showing up being like, hey, what's in here? Oh my God, cameras. Oh my God, Gale. Oh my God, behind you, Gale.
I guess it's a level up of the hidden cameras from last time. What I struggle with is this is the reveal where she confirms that they are indeed filming.
They're filming. They're making the movie. Yeah.
That I like.
Yes.
I just think it's really convoluted for what they're trying to get out of the sequence, which is Gale's investigating. She knows what she's doing. She gets really close. Like it just feels like it's trying to do the first film again, where it's our boy in the van, Kenny. He's looking at the live stream and there's a slight delay. This time there's no delay, but then Dewey turns up. Like it's, and I guess this is what you're saying before, which is it's just doing the unexpected is now boring or whatever.
But
so it's just
also,
doing the first film again.
Is being self-referential a horror trope? Definitely in the Nightmare on Elm Street's, Halloween's, Jason's, all of those, Friday the 13th. They get self-referential. Is this it sort of like parodying those and also referencing itself in other movies?
Yes. Doesn't make it good though.
Hey, they're doing it, dude. Hey, did you expect them to not do it? Flipped it on its head. Expected, unexpected. Shaboom, we're doing it. Now,
we're doing it.
When Jill's mum gets wall banged back at the house and she gets stabbed with like an inch and a half of knife in the upper left part of her back, how is she dead? How is she dead, David?
Through the mail slot, James. The killer's trying to get in. They're freaking out, and she's like, the trick to keeping a door closed, James, is you put your weight on the bottom of the door.
Yes.
I'm not sure if the science, if you're a physicist, tell us.
Don't at me, physicists.
Don't at me, but leave a comment, a bell icon, etc. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, social media. She is sort of bracing against the door, and Sid is doing the same thing. And then she kind of goes like, and then you hear the knife, and she's been stabbed through the mail slot. Yeah, which is a very creative kill.
Sure,
I'm with you. Hacks. I don't know that this would have killed her.
I don't think that was a kill stab. I think
it felt like I
felt a little unearned on the kill on Kate there. I think she could have put up a bit of a better fight than that. I think they did her dirty on that.
But is she also old though, James? She old. An old
Yeah, but
die
like
quick.
a fucking like a little bit of knife, she'd be like, "Oh, that really hurts and sucks, but I'm not dead." But
I was
more
going to say something
importantly,
that was a slippery.
oh,
I was going to say something was a slippery slope to like the way that the first film ends.
okay,
I was like, well, you could take a. I was like, oh, you think you could take a small knife stab? Let's find out. Like, you know, you know what I mean?
wow.
Well, James, you're so confident. What if that happened to you? Like,
David wants to
how would
go
you
band for band on stab wounds.
Yeah,
Crazy.
exactly. But the reason that they're stressing and they know this is coming is because Jill is not there. And Sid's obviously like, oh my God, like she's been killed. Da, 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 da. Little do they know the truth. Jill is doing the stabbing.
When Stabbathon gets shut down because the killer tried to kill at the most killeriest kill spot in town, like you didn't see
so
that was coming.
Chill.
Well, it was
Yeah,
him
it's
because
not
it was
chill.
his Stabbathon too. So pretty fucked of Charlie to like ruin that for Robbie because that's Robbie's thing. He loves Stabbathon.
It's also the party. The party is where you're supposed to die. And the trick this film plays, to your point before, is it's the after party where all the main characters die.
Boom. So we're watching Stab 7 now. It's Jill, it's Kirby, it's Trevor, it's Robbie, it's Charlie. We're all back at Kirby's place.
Trevor shows up.
Trevor shows up again very suspiciously as he does. And we get the live stream death of Robbie Mercer, which I think would be posted on live stream fails within a couple hours of the live stream ending.
Yeah.
Killed on your own stream, dude. That you would be number one on every like worst things to ever happen on stream YouTube shitty montages put together with like AI voiceovers.
If I'm ever killed, if someone beats me to the punch and I don't kill myself and they kill me, which it's a race. Okay.
Yeah.
Every morning, Kurt Cobain in the mirror. If I don't kill myself and someone kills me first, James.
Yeah.
This is how I go out. Is like whiskey drunk, stumbling around. Like I'm this guy, and I'm on a live stream being like, oh, it's 0 indent out of 10-year anniversary, and I'm like sipping on the tequila. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
sucks that Stabbathon got cancelled. That really sucks,
bro,
guys.
like,
leave a comment down below. What the fuck? What was your Stabbathon 2011 experience?
No one bought Maynard Trigg 17, and that's my best work yet. Like, subscribe,
Trust.
Twitch, gift, tier, 10 sub, and then just boom, and then it's like everyone's like, this fucking loser.
Didn't live to see his own fame, because then you die on stream, all the books would become super popular. He never lived to see it.
I was at my dad's place a couple weekends ago, and I was joking that like because they bought the hardbacks of the first 3 books because like that's the best way to buy them. And I was signing them, and as I was signing them, I was like, and now let's not do anything. Let's just watch ourselves, okay? Because the signature gonna 5x in value the second I'm knocked off. Like I'm watching you guys.
They kept saying, don't sign anything else. Don't sign anything else. They kept stressing that to me. I'm not sure what it meant.
And they were like, don't write any personal messages, just the signature and the date, please. And I was like, but I want to inscribe to you. And they were like, please don't write anything specific to us. Keep it vague and marketable. If you could.
Keep it middle of the bell curve, please.
Yeah. And it was when his wife said, if you could not mention my name, that I started to get a little suspicious.
Pieces started coming together.
So,
speaking of people coming together, Olivia and Charlie hooking up. Didn't see that coming, if I'm honest.
Wait, Kirby and Charlie.
Exactly, yes.
Olivia and Charlie.
Kirby and Charlie, yes.
But they get 2 seconds of lip contact. Is that right? Am I like, because they get interrupted immediately.
Yeah, but still, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's the thing I quite enjoy about this is it feels like it comes out of nowhere, and then you're like, oh, so she wasn't toying with him for no reason. Like she did like him.
Yeah. Yeah.
In a different film, you could see this being like, got you, bro. Like, it's like Ashton Kutcher comes out, like...
Genuinely, she's like heartbroken when she is like not allowed to open the door to let him in. You know? And then she thinks...
Oh, it's heartbreaking, dude.
Yeah. And then she thinks he's like being killed. And he gets tied up. Did he tape himself up? Like, don't think too hard about it.
No. Jill tied him up. Jill tied him up because Jill. Because Jill. Okay, because
they
Jill
did that pretty
is the
quick.
other Ghostface.
Pretty quick. Because like if that
okay.
was a real person, like and they were for real setting them up, they put that together too quick. How quick they put it together would have been suspicious to me.
You don't think in the first Scream film, when the boyfriend's on the balcony, he's all tied up and whatnot, you didn't think that was quick at the time? You didn't even balk at it. You were like, that's just normal behavior. I feel like you're applying an unfair standard to this film.
But I'm assuming that he set that up maybe before even the call started.
The boyfriend's on the way, dude. She's making the popcorn so it's hot when he arrives.
Or is he? I've got the mobile, dude.
Man, this is bullshit, man. This is slander. This is fucking... This guy, he doesn't know what we're talking about.
And then,
this guy's a fake Scream fan.
And then we find out that Charlie, the betrayal on Kirby, and he kills her. Super incel line. 4 years of classes and you notice me now? You stupid bitch! Boom. Whoa, dude!
These films drop the B word.
I wouldn't have killed you if you noticed me. What the fuck, dude?
If you just fucked me, you would have lived. But then I also... Here's my issue
incel
with this.
Shit.
It's deeply incel, but also in the same way that incel culture is like this, it's like, but if she had slept with you, you would have killed her for like being impure, dude. Like, there's no outcome here where she gets to live when you're involved.
Of course not. Of course not.
Because you'd be like, well, she's a slut. Like,
exactly.
She's a slut bitch.
She'd be like, Chad Michael Murray, he's sexy. Oh, you're into other dudes, are ya? You know, it'd be like that. And you'd be like, what the fuck? He's like a hot, famous guy in a movie that I like.
Right. She'd be like, Andrew Garfield's kind of a babe in that film with Florence Pugh, and they both get real naked all the time, and they're both really hot. And he'd be like, wow, you skank. And then
is that Little Women?
No. Oh my god, I saw it at the theater. What's it called? Hang on. I watched it literally 3 nights ago. I forget what it's called. IMDb. Cut this to make this seem like I know what I'm doing. I think it's like
absolutely not.
In Time. We Live in Time. And it's a film about Florence Pugh and Andrew Garfield relationship. Someone gets the big C, and then it sort of goes from there, and it's all about this relationship. But it's a lot of nudity with both of them. Just two really hot people being hot on film.
Twist ending. Jill's the killer, David. And we're pinning it on Trevor, dude.
Jill's the killer. She's doing the fucking stew move in the first film where she's like, I'm going to kill my accomplice. You saw it coming a mile away.
Trevor cheated on Jill. Yes, she shot him in the dick and then blows his fucking head off.
She shoots his dick off and then... Can I just read you my note from... all caps, by the way. All caps. Sidney gets stabbed and it's Jill. What is happening? Like, I was wigging the fuck. Like, this took me so by surprise.
Yeah.
And then, she's going to pin the murders on Trevor. She shoots his dick off. Again, dick off is in all caps. And her plan... And then she kills Charlie.
Well, before that, they're cosplaying. Jill is Sid and Charlie is Randy. And they're like recreating this weird... cosplay fanfic in real life of the original murder. Yeah. They even said that she's like the Sid and he's like the Randy. What the fuck? Kiss, by the way.
Yeah. So the critique here is like, Jill's critique is, or I guess, read this how you will. Basically, the internet makes people famous for no reason, and that's Jill's take on Sid's fame. Is like, you're not famous for a particular reason. I can manufacture that. Like, it's not real. Like, and I can have that for myself if I decide to. I can put that into motion. Like you're not a hero. You just made yourself a hero because all this stuff happened around you. I think a part of it is like it's like proving in being able to co-opt it and take it over. It's proving that it was fictitious in the first place, that it didn't have any meaning in the first place, and that like this is her ticket to fame in the same way she views Sid's past trauma as Sid's ticket to fame.
Yes.
In a way where Sid views it as this is a lifelong victimhood I need to overcome.
Yes.
Jill sees it as this is a lifelong opportunity that you are pretending isn't good for you.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's sort of I think it's both at the same time.
And she's right, because I mean,
yeah,
while she is the
instantly
victim
able-
of this thing,
Yeah.
that's her whole thing. She writes these books, she probably sells the rights to the story and like all of these different things. And this thing that happened to her sort of is her life and livelihood.
literally like but well, okay, this is what I like, right? This is only true now because of the book.
Mhm.
In Scream 3, Sid was doing an anonymous job supporting women, right?
Yes.
He was helping with, and so what I really like the maneuver this ends up being, which is Sid finds herself in a similar position where Gale previously found herself, where she's, I'm using air quotes for the listener, exploiting the situation,
Mhm.
but Sid isn't. She's trying to overcome it. Jill views it like Gale's books, which is exploiting the killing and the trauma and the death for profit.
Yeah, fame
Whereas
and profit.
Sid views it as exactly. Sid views it differently, and Jill is incapable of viewing it any other type of way than how Gale used to view it. And I like that maneuver and like that schematic positioning of these characters, where Jill effectively is Gale at the start of the first film in some ways.
She's trying to just exploit these killings for fame and profit. She just wants the story. That's exactly Gale.
Exactly. I have a David and James lore thing that I need to drop here.
Mm.
I have a vivid memory of an episode of The Advisory, and I couldn't find it. I did a bunch of digging,
Mhm.
where you tell me about this scene in Scream 4 where Jill beats herself up a bunch. And the thing that I have crystallized, like there is a neural pathway in my brain
Yeah.
that refuses to deteriorate, where you explain her voluntarily sitting on a glass coffee table to sell the thing.
Yeah.
You could put a gun to my head, dude. I have no idea why you told me that, what the context was. The second this happened, I was like, James told me about this. What the fuck? Like, why did he tell me about this? Why do I know about this?
This
Like,
is Scream 4 Jill fucks herself up deja vu. This is very specific deja vu.
It was, and I was like, I know James told me about it, and I couldn't tell you where. And you know what? I think that just speaks to the depth and breadth of our relationship, James. You know, and also my fucked memory.
And talk about some depth. She really fucking got that knife in her shoulder. God damn, dude.
Ayo. God damn, it goes right in.
She's like, I'll just prop that
she
up
does
there
this
and then
ins-
I'll just
and then
oof.
into a wall.
Oh my days.
I've never thought logistically about how I'd stab myself.
Yeah.
That
It's good.
And this film fucking rules, because I could, like, if I'm with my hand, like, I'm like, but to hold it
dude.
and just walk into a wall.
I'd get like a light scratch on me and be like, oh,
Yeah.
I don't
Like,
think
oh.
I can. Yeah.
But to hold it and just like slam it, it's so well. It's better thought out than Billy and Stu, honestly.
She also had to really get everyone to the exact point where she's like, okay, now I come in, cleanup crew, fucking obliterate myself, really sell this fucking story, and then I'll just flop like I'm dead next to them. And when they wheel her out on the stretcher and the lights and the flashes, she is elated. She is massive smile. She is so happy. It is sick.
She's so happy, dude.
Yeah.
What I like too is it's not just that she's happy. It's like I like the shot before that moment on the stretcher where, as she flops onto the ground, her and Sydney's hands are like this close.
Yeah.
And she doesn't take Sid's hand. I don't know why. That just really stuck out to me as like a specific detail. I don't know. Sometimes films do this to me. I was so in the moment in the scene where I was like, oh, that felt like a real deliberate choice. Like she flops down, she doesn't take her cousin's hand, because if she were really a victim in this moment,
Mhm.
and she thought maybe her cousin was still alive, of course, as you flop down, you know, if you're attacked, you'd be like, well, let me hold your hand, one last piece of human contact.
Right.
But because it's fictitious, she doesn't do that. I don't know. It stuck out to me as like a very deliberate detail. I don't think you frame that shot of their heads, in the bottom 2/3 and their hands, in the center of the frame facing opposite directions on accident. It just felt like a very deliberate moment of symbolism. Then we get the hospital bullshit.
Yeah, she finds out that Sid's still alive, and we get the tensions reintroduced. Dewey and Gale figuring it out with the matching wounds because Jill knew a detail about Gale's attack that she couldn't have known unless she was the one doing the attack.
Public.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's again the shoulder thing from the summary, and then there's a big melee. Gale tries to help, and then
we get a clear. Sid jumps up, zaps Jill's brains out.
Oh, it's awesome. We get the classic Scream resurrection where
of
Jill
course
gets up and then
forgetting their own rules, dude. They think the double tap is so cliche, dude. We're not doing the double tap again.
What about the single tap?
No, because we're flipping it back over, remember? Because we expect, of course they're going to do it. But they think because of course we're going to do it, we're not going to do it. But we are going to do it.
Yeah, that doesn't make my brain hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sid aces the fuck out of Jill. And everything seems like it's good again. I wonder...
Peace is restored to Woodsboro.
I'm left with a question, which I'm so excited to get to next week, which is like this isn't some, we obviously dealt with Sid's secret brother in the previous one, but this isn't that. This is like Sid's only remaining direct family, her auntie and her cousin. Yeah,
I think that's right. Yep.
Dead and Jill was the killer. Like, what is that going to do to Sid? I'm kind of left in this place of like,
dude,
that has to change you.
Every time this woman is just constantly suffering the sins of, I guess, her mom. I guess you would say is what kicked off the initial domino.
Guess.
Or no, it would be
at this point just the universe. Well, I mean, yeah.
Because it would be the committer of her trauma kicks off all of these events.
Yeah.
Who is the producer?
Yeah, the producer that essayed Sidney's mother that results in the secret brother being born.
And as it all plays out, Sidney, again, done nothing to nobody. Nothing to nobody.
I'll tell you what, though. Looked out for herself.
Yet, boyfriend comes to kill her. Then, mom of boyfriend comes to kill her. And then, secret half brother comes to kill me. And then, my own fucking cousin coming to kill me to steal my fame because she's clout chasing. And first of all, get your own tragedy, loser. Oh my God. Have your own fucking... Thank you.
You're bit biting.
Thank you.
You're bit biting, dude.
Get your own tragedy, dude. Like, get off my shit.
That's very true. Yeah. But James, the one thing she has done? She survived the fright, James.
There it is.
Like any good horror setup, there's always a way out, and we'll find it if we can survive the fright. I have done a lot of... theme song. I've done a lot of introspection about my past performance because you...
yes. Good.
There's no good way to say this. You have humiliated me 3 episodes in a row.
Thank you.
Now, if you'll look back to the 2017
Don't hate the player,
season,
hate the game. You know what I mean?
You'll see in 2017, I was obviously performing at my peak. That was at the height of my powers for this show. And now I feel like I'm in my kind of, you know how Jordan,
Twilight.
He left and he played baseball and he came back and everyone was like, oh, he's not really the same. I feel like I'm in that era. And so it's 2011. I'm not as fit as I used to be these days.
Yeah.
Okay, I still try and run. I still get on the spin bike, but I'm not fit. You know what I'm saying? I drink too much beer. So my plan is if I can't outfight the killer, if I can't outsmart them, I'm going to outspeed them. My plan is I'm going to get myself a Segway with some big fuck off, like off-road wheels, the type that could take me over a bunch of staircases.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to ride that around throughout the majority of the film because they'll never catch me, dude.
Love this.
Yeah.
I love this idea so much. I think it's creative. I think it's something a bit more wacky than... No, actually, this is actually something less wacky than you'd suggest, actually. Past ones have been pretty crazy.
I'm coming through.
I feel like it's good. And again, I am going to have to play devil's advocate, as I would hope that you do to mine, because again, we want each other to survive.
It's hard because yours are often bulletproof. So like it's kind of tricky.
Well, I mean, your one little fucking nudge, your one killer jumps out from behind a tree in front of you on the footpath and you go, and then crash. You become a sitting
I
duck.
wouldn't. I'd simply drive better. I simply wouldn't.
Oh, I know that David comes down this path, but he has to go, between these two houses in the alleyway. Put a little fucking thing out, break his tires, pop, stab, you're dead, dude.
Well, James, they're
in the back
offering
alley.
bulletproof tires, so they're offering bulletproof tires plus infinity. So I don't think that would work.
Do you know exactly how you would die in a Scream movie on your little segue? You want me to tell you exactly how they'd write it into the fucking script? Yeah. You'd be coming home from somewhere. You would be on the phone to somebody as you're segueing. And you're like, yeah, I'm just rounding blah, blah, blah now. Okay, Mom, I'm like 5 minutes away. And you've got, a lot of little GPS on the front of your thing navigating. And the killer has set up like a wire across the road at neck height. And you come along and you're having a conversation with your mum and you get fully just decapitated by the wire. That's how you would die in Scream 9. On the Segway.
Would you have a better fucking idea, dude?
Dog, and it would be such a cool death too.
I think
you didn't survive, but you came up with a really cool. You came up with a really cool death.
If it was Scream 9, I don't think that would kill me. I think the decapitation would fail. Oh my god, you know what it would be? It would. You'd see it like trim my beard in real time, and that would buffer the wire from fully cutting my throat. So I'd be lying there like, and then it'd be boom, knife. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, that's very good.
Yeah. So what have you got? You fucking.
They could do a bunch of things. He could like use the Segway to like finish you off. We do like a splatter cutaway. Yeah. I'll tell you how you just a general piece of advice for everyone trying to survive these frights. Never rely on a cop. Not once.
Feels like good advice.
Did anyone
not one cop
within proximity of multiple police at any point were helped by any police ever? Olivia was butchered. The 2 police officers, they weren't there, which was pretty sus, I thought. And then Dewey even asked them, like, what the fuck happened? And they're like, oh, we took off after him. I feel so bad. And he's like, oh, shucks, guys. It happens. Get out of here, you two. Their somewhat negligence led to a woman dying. So you sort of didn't handle that great.
ACAB, dude. Like, we know.
I also think that everyone in my life would be safe because I keep... Right here, dude. I keep that thing on me. Okay? This thing right here with me 24/7. You're not going to get some fake setup text, some fake little call from my actual phone. It's not going to happen.
You're glued
dude.
to the
exactly.
Glued to the device.
Glued to the hip. So everyone else is safer. The closer you are to me, the safer you'll be because you know that no fake texts are coming from you.
But what if the killer calls you from Trevor's phone?
Calls me? I'm going to turn on that new feature that's in the new iOS 18 where you can just automatically reject unknown numbers. I don't know you, dude. Don't want to know you. Boom. Get out of my life.
Trevor's your ex-boyfriend, dude. You have his number in your phone. He's on your contact list.
Deleted it. Who is this? So that's so I can genuinely at some point be like, who this? Who this? Question mark.
Right.
And he's like, it's Trevor. And then you go, oh shit, sorry, dude. And then you get to burn him again.
You go, Trevor who, dude?
Exactly.
I don't know.
But my suggestion Sam's suggestion really quickly was to be so personable that no one wants you dead.
Good suggestion.
I think it's a great suggestion
for us. But
absolutely, it would zap me to my core, and at some point I would want to be killed because I wouldn't be able to keep up the charade. But great suggestion.
Yeah, the problem there is I'd kill myself after a certain amount of time.
The suggestion I'm going to go with, and David, you might like this one: decoys. That's right.
Fuck, let's go.
Last episode, David said, or 2 episodes ago, I'm in a sea of these films between footage and release. I don't know where I am. Help me. You know what I mean? In one episode, David said, this doesn't count. And he said, decoys, that's all I'm going to say. And we didn't discuss it. So I've decided to steal it, which is expected, unexpected, back to being expected. Shaboom. Very on brand for this episode.
Outrageous.
Now, I did do some research cardboard, life-size cardboard cutouts of you, they're going to get expensive. They're going to get up there. I looked it up. Officeworks charge $189 for a 1.8 meter cutout. Yes, I looked it up for this. You're welcome. So that's, if you've got $1,000 to kick into this, you know, you'd get like 7 or something. I'm not good at maths. Another one is, and I guarantee, I want to hear what David's idea for decoys were, but I went with audio decoys as another one. A little cheap MP3, maybe grab a little MP3 recorder thing off of Temu, or rip them out of like cards, you know, the birthday cards that you can record yourself. Put a little speaker, just of me, you know, sort of saying things, making it sound like I'm having a conversation, a vulnerable conversation, and then sort of, you know, scatter them about, leave them in places, and the killer would be lured to spots that I'm not at. So those are my decoys. I went with life-size cardboard cutouts, again, $189 a pop, pretty expensive. And then the audio decoys, again, didn't research that one. I think prices are going to vary on a local availability for those. But I think that's sort of how I'd go about my decoys. David, when you sort of threw away the fact that you half said decoys and I sort of picked up the idea and ran with it and slam dunk with it. Yeah. What was your ideas for decoys?
So, and similar to yours.
Did you do any research of prices?
I didn't go to market.
See, he wasn't serious about the idea. I was, which confirms also that I'm the owner of the idea.
I put together an RFP, but I didn't go to market. Now, my suggestion is very similar to what you just described, but the thing that I keep coming back to is like, I have...
Very similar to what you described is what he said there. So again, just trying to take the idea. Yep. Just want people to be aware of that. Yep.
This isn't a competition. I'm trying to help you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So fucking back off. It occurred to me that I have maybe, like 12, 13 years of podcast audio that you could re-render without the other person.
Fuck, dude. We're so dupeable. People can just rip all the audio out of us yapping, and then they have our voice. You can
reconstruct anything.
I'm not sure if they've nailed the Australian accent. Last time I checked, I tried to rebuild your voice. It was like, "Hey, how can I help you?" Like that. It'd be weird. And you'd hear it. Thinking, like, you'd hear it.
To your point about building audio decoys, you could just render every episode of The Advisory without my voice, and that's a perfect decoy. It sounds like you're talking to somebody.
Or just every Weird But Wonderful episode. That's just me yapping to myself in a room.
But there's not pauses where it sounds like you're talking to somebody. And I think if you want a good decoy that sounds like you being naturalistic, you need the pause, unless you're a fucking
Does Weird But Wonderful
just talk to yourself.
Does Weird But Wonderful need more pauses?
Like, that's not what I'm saying. That's
when you're listening to episodes, you'd be like, now. No, genuinely. This is, you can cut this if you want. No, sometimes when I'm doing the edit on it, I'll be like, oh, there's a breath here that I'm going to cut out. So I'll just cut out all of this space, the silence. And it's like, or do you need that silence to break it up?
I think you need the silence because one of the appeals of Weird But Wonderful is listening to you in real time find yourself funny when you do a bit. And sometimes when you cut around stuff.
That's the worst, yep.
No, it's fucking awesome. Sometimes you'll cut around a beat where it's like, I needed to enjoy the fact that was funny. And like, there's a thing you do sometimes where you start to say something and in real time you realize how funny it is and you can't stop. It's like when a stand-up, like if you watch Noah Miller's like previous special, he's like trying to tell a joke, but he can't stop himself from laughing about the fact that he thinks the joke is funny. That's part of the appeal of Weird But Wonderful. And sometimes the pacing is altered by the fact that you'll cut around that moment or that pause to get to the punchline. It's like, no. Experiencing the fact that you think the punchline is funny is part of the thing. But I wouldn't say it's like overtly noticeable to a normal listener. I've just listened to every episode. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Tell us in the comments. Leave a comment down below. Do you think James's editing is fucked? Or do you think it's bogus? Is it poggers edit or is it fucked edit?
Hands off or get to snipping. Get to
Hands
snipping
off
obviously
or
means
snip.
yeah, keep doing the edits, and hands off means, let it breathe.
My decoy idea was more about hiring people that might look like me to be around town.
Oh my god, you're buying bodies for murder? What if they die?
Well, look, because so that's not my problem.
Oh my god. I was doing $189 Officeworks 1.8 meter cutouts.
James, what's the cost of human life?
More than $189.
What's the day rate of an actor? Not that much.
Damn.
So, yeah. That's just me, James.
CYLL, check your local listings. Be wary about what jobs you're accepting from Gumtree and Facebook Marketplace.
This is an unnecessary anecdote given the length of time we've been recording, so I'm going to keep it short. About 5 years ago, I was shooting a commercial or like an intro. It was an intro video for a friend of mine's conference where he wanted like an intro thing, which was like a bit of a joke, and it was sort of styled up to Star Wars, but it's about like accounting. It's too niche to make any sense of. And I went onto a marketplace where you can sort of go, hey, I'm looking for actors, and it's all part of the Actors Union of Australia. So in the same way that I'm part of the Writers Guild of Australia, there's an Actors Union of Australia. It's the Actors Guild of Australia. Yeah. So you post an ad up there, and then people, they say, yeah, I'm available, And it was very simple. I needed 2 actors. I needed a someone that was not a man. That was the only requirement because that was part of the requirement. And then just like a dude that is like a middle-aged guy. Because it was this idea of this middle-aged guy who was giving over his business to, like, he was retiring as CEO, and it's a conversation about like the thing you need to understand about like running an accounting firm is. And she's like, well, actually, we're going to use this great new software by da-da-da-da-da. And that's the company I was making the video for. And we maybe went through 200 to 500 applications, and we were just like, hey, can you turn up at this time on this day? I've never in my entire life spent more time on logistics to get to a shoot location. Again, guaranteed, like, we're gonna pay you, like, we have the money, it's part of the subscription service. We had 2 backup actors, and we had 2 that we liked. No one showed up, and so I had to say to my like production team, I was like, can you just be in front of the camera and I'll try and do all of it? It was a fucking nightmare. I think we might have lost like...
So Nutty Professor style, there is a corporate training video out there somewhere where David, Nutty Professor style, dresses up as all of the characters in the film.
Well, it's not even that. It's me, it's Scott, my friend Scott, doing 2 characters plus this guy we just found who was around, where I was like, are you free for the next hour and can I pay you like $300? And he was like, yeah. Like, and then it's just me running behind different cameras and like checking the boom. Like, it was an absolute fucking nightmare. Anyway, you can cut that if you want. It sucked. James, it's time for our final segment, Nosferat-Who. Nosferat-Who is a segment of the show based on the genre started by F.W. Murnau's 1922 silent film Nosferat-Who, A Symphony of Horror. We each pick something in the film that's indelible to the horror genre or feels like it could only occur in a horror film. James, do you have a Nosferat-Who?
I've got 2. My brief one is the fake out scene. Totally indelible to horror. The triple intro. We got the fake out scene within a movie.
It's great.
American Werewolf in London does this. I think American Werewolf in Paris also does this. Is it a dream? Is it not? Is this real? Fake out, very indelible to horror. But I will say in this one, flipping the final girl trope, where Jill's reveal as one of the killers, it flips the final girl trope from being like a symbol of survival and morality. It flips it on its head, and now Jill wants to become the new Sidney, driven by a desire for fame rather than revenge or survival. And that's the flip. The final girl flips.
James, I have the same Nosferat-Who.
No shit, really?
My Nosferat-Who is the final girl trope that Jill forces herself into and makes it no longer like a aspirational role.
Yeah.
She makes herself into it. We've done it, ladies and gentlemen. James, play some applause in the background. We did it. We have the same Nosferat-Who. For the first time in 15 years, we've done it. It's happened. Sorry, what's
we
this
can
now?
end. We can end the podcast. Yes. Sorry, I was dancing to royalty-free music provided by audio.com. I don't recommend it.
Charlie XCX Brat is playing right now.
That is...
It's my Brat Summer too, James.
Guys, I have to reveal this to you. I have been alive for 1,500 years. I am a genie that has been trapped in this curse of doing podcasts with David for 15 centuries. And finally, now that we have agreed on the same Nosferatu, we are freed from the curse. I'm Jen.
I might stick around though. You can go, but I might stick around.
I fade into dust.
I've got some gig tickets next week I don't want to miss, so I might stick around. But you're free to go. That's I was wondering how long it would take us, but yeah, and what I love about it too is like she artificially makes herself into the final girl, and that ultimately is what undoes her. It's great. Which is such a great commentary on horror as a genre, where like it becomes so meta and reflexive, and like it's like, well, the final girl is no longer palatable, so then it's like this other person, this unexpected person, or now it's the gay person. Like it feels so of a piece with the challenges that come with, frankly, any genre, where you have standard genre conventions that are established, and then you subvert them, but then subverting the subversion is the standard, and then subverting the and it's like, I love how in the source it is, and of a piece it is.
At some point, and it might not be when you're making the film or when you're putting it out, it could be in 15 years, people look at it at some point and go, this is meta. This is ahead of its time. This is pre the meta. This was writing the meta at the time, you know?
Meta-modern, as we say in literary theory. I think, James, that's the end of the freaking episode. We've been going for a minute here.
We're
Do you have any closing
dude.
thoughts?
Yeah, I'm Jen.
Huh?
I'm Jen, dude.
You're
I'm
Jen?
free. Yeah.
I guess
I had fun with this one. I had fun with this one.
I had a blast with this film.
This
was giving
film,
Scream 2.
Yes, yeah. This is, again, I said this to you before. I can't remember if I said it on here, but remove number 3. Number 3 is not canon for me. It goes 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 4 have the same like energy. These are Scream movies. 3 sort of felt like it was trying to do something else within.
It's trying to do too much.
Yeah.
Too much. Yeah.
A little too much.
Join us next time where we're going to be talking about Scream, but it's Scream 5. 2022. If you're watching along, check it out, James. And that is our penultimate episode before the finale, which will be live streamed on Halloween on, what's the date? Sorry? What's the spookiest date of the year?
Oh, it's the 31st of October.
Yeah.
The Devil's Day.
About tax time, ladies and gentlemen.
Devil's Day.
So join us next time. Get yourself across Scream 2022, Scream 5. We'll see you then. Thank you so much for watching or listening. We have been Survive the Fright, and I encourage you, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, whatever you're out and about, just be kind of wary of your cousins. What are they up to? Keep an eye on them. Because you never know, James. They might be the one thing that's stopping you from surviving the fright.